Hey fragrance lovers in YouTube and everywhere else. I'm Perfumey. This is my channel, Perfumey Reviews, and it's a new channel I created to do perfume reviews. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I want to go ahead and start with my first perfume review. I wanted to do something that there wasn't a lot of information on YouTube about, and that is Nasomatto's China White. Nasomatto China White was released in 2008. The nose behind all of the Nasomatto fragrances is Alessandro Gutierrez. Nasomatto doesn't disclose the notes of their fragrances. They don't want anyone to have a preconceived notions about what the ingredients are. They don't want people to interpret a fragrance based off the notes, but rather to smell it and interpret it. So it's kind of hard sometimes to describe Nasomatto fragrances because of that, but I'm going to try my best to describe China White to you. This is one that I found recently. I have some other Nasomatto fragrances. I have Black Afghano, Pardon, Duro, and Blamage, and China White. So anyway, I recently discovered this one and ended up picking up a bottle because I liked it so much. It's actually becoming one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Nasomatto. So I want to go ahead and try to describe for you my take on the fragrance. A little information about the fragrance. China White refers to a very pure form of pharmaceutical grade heroin. It's a white powder. I don't know if that has anything to do with the naming of the fragrance. The cap itself actually has like a porcelain ceramic. It looks kind of cracked and stuff. It's glazed, so I'm not sure if the heroin reference is actually has anything to do with the fragrance or not, but never mind that. Don't let that turn you away from trying the fragrance. It really is a great fragrance, and I think you should get your nose on it. It's one of the harder ones to describe from the house. So anyway, Nasomatto fragrances come in the 30 ml Extrait de Parfum. Here's the bottle, if you can see that. Anyway, they all have this cap. They come with a little travel cap you can take off. It's very secure. It snaps in place. You can carry it around by the cap. It's not going to fall off. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the smell. Okay, immediately this fragrance opens with a, I wouldn't say it's floral, but it's a blast of this aldehydes and something reminiscent of florals. And it's very woody. It kind of has an old-fashioned vibe to it in the beginning. There's some incense. The incense is it's odd. It's kind of a transparent incense. It's not an in-your-face incense like some other incense fragrances you may find in Comme des Garçons or Amouage. It's unique in the way that it's got this slight animalic quality to it. It's almost as if the animalic part, the indolic animalic part of a jasmine, white floral was extracted and used, and that the flowery parts were kind of tossed away. I don't know if that makes any sense. But that's the best way I can describe it as far as the floral goes. I don't think this is a very floral, girly type scent. I think it's actually quite unisex. As it starts to dry, I have the dry down on this side. As it starts to dry, it starts to get smokier and smokier. The florals kind of fade into the background. It gives it this cooling kind of effect to it. It's kind of weird how the fragrance can be smoky and cool at the same time. A lot of people say that this fragrance is powdery, which I do agree. It does have a powdery vibe to it. I think it comes from that dryness of the incense and the woods that are in this fragrance. Anyway, whenever you sniff it, up close, you can immediately get that indolic jasmine or floral that I'm talking about, but it's very brief and it's not prominent. It doesn't dominate the composition at all. There's a touch of rose in here too, which is very nice. Again, it's not a floral rose. It's just kind of it plays a supporting role to the other notes. To me, I think that this is a leathery fragrance. Yeah, to me, the best way I would describe this fragrance is a powdery, woody leather with a transparent incense. As it dries down, like I said, it gets smokier and smokier. The opening on my skin probably lasts anywhere from an hour or so, and then it starts to go off into that smokiness and more of the incense leather. And yeah, anyway, I think it's a very artistic fragrance. I really do. I quite enjoy it. It lasts a long time on my skin. You know, Nasomatto fragrances, with them being extrait, usually the extrait fragrances on me with the higher aromatic compounds and higher concentration, they tend to not project as much but have much greater sillage. So you know, you may spray it on yourself, a couple of sprays, and you know, a few hours later you don't really smell it on yourself until you move around, and then it stirs up the air, and then you get that wafting of the scent. And you know, if you walk by someone, they're going to smell you. I think that can be tricky with Nasomatto fragrances. You know, people may tend to over apply them. But the way I usually go with this one, I usually do 3 sprays. I do 1 on each side of the neck and then 1 on either wrist, just 1. And sometimes I'll dab them together. I don't rub them together. I just kind of dab them to keep it from running. But anyway, that sums up my review of Nasomatto China White. It really is a great fragrance. I highly suggest you at least try to sample this if you can. You can find this online at some websites at the $165 range to $185 range. So, you know, if you look around, you could find this for $165 instead of paying the $185. That all Nasomatto fragrances cost $185 now. So, but anyway, comment below. Tell me what you think. Have you tried China White, or what type of fragrances you like? Give me comments, suggestions about the channel, about my review content and things, and this is a learning experience. Hopefully I will get in the swing of doing reviews and get better and better. So, but anyway, thank you for viewing. Please subscribe, like, comment, and have a good one. Bye.